We turn now to Georgia and the tight race for governor, where challenger Democrat Stacey Abrams is running pretty close with the incumbent Brian Kemp. And ABC's Rachel Scott reports from the campaign trail.
It's one of the most closely watched races in the country, a high-stakes rematch between Georgia Republican Governor Brian Kemp.
We're asking for their vote and their support, and quite honestly, their help in this race to save the soul of our state.
And the Democratic candidate, Stacey Abrams, hoping to pull off what she couldn't 4 years ago.
We do have time to make a different choice. We have a chance to change the future.
54,723. That's exactly how many votes Abrams lost by in 2018. She's an underdog, and she knows it, consistently trailing Governor Kemp in the polls.
What do you have to do in between now and Election Day to claim victory?
I am always going to be the underdog because I'm running against a sitting incumbent. And what we have to do is remind people that the current governor is a hard right extremist who has already cost Georgia money, but more concerning, he has tried to strip away our freedoms. And so my job is to travel the state and remind Georgians that we not only can afford more, we deserve more.
Around Georgia, Abrams is known for driving voter turnout. In the final stretch of the campaign, she's fanning out across the state, holding town halls in areas like Gwinnett County that are rapidly growing and diversifying.
I have an issue with a governor who will not spend the money in Georgia on the people of Georgia, and that's why someone else needs to have this job.
And Abrams is zeroing in on a key issue that Democrats hope defines this election: abortion rights.
Women are terrified. Brian Kemp signed an extreme 6-week abortion ban that bans access to reproductive care before most women know they're pregnant.
Has abortion reframed the midterms?
I think it has put it into sharp relief. The midterms are an opportunity to also remind people that the decisions closest to home are being made by governors, and that the governors that we have now, the ones who have signed these extreme abortion bans, do not care about the women in their state.
But Democrats are facing headwinds. Polls show the economy and inflation are the top two issues, and voters have more trust in Republicans to handle it.
Things are not getting better. The plans that this president has, that Stacey Abrams supports that agenda, has been bad for our national economy. Our revenues have been good. We've been able to do a lot of things to help Georgians fight through 40-year high inflation and a disaster at the gas pump, like suspending the gas tax, sending people a tax refund.
The 2018 gubernatorial race was dominated by allegations of voter suppression. Abrams waited more than a week to acknowledge Kemp's victory and challenge Georgia's election laws in court. Days ago, a federal judge appointed by a Democrat upheld the state's absentee voting practices, saying the burden on voters is relatively low.
Will you commit to conceding if you do not win more votes than Governor Kemp?
I have always acknowledged the outcome of elections, and what is deeply concerning to me is the conflation of access to the right to vote and the outcome of elections. I will never be silent about the issues of voter access because I believe in our democracy and I believe in our right to vote. I do not question the outcome of the election, but I do question the process.
But on this question, I didn't hear an answer to the question, will you commit to conceding the election if Governor Kemp does have more votes?
And I again said, I answered your question at the very beginning. I acknowledged at the very beginning that he won the election. What I said in my speech...
That you also wouldn't concede?
No. What I said in that speech is I would not concede a system that would not permit voters to be heard. But yes, I believe that the outcome of the elections should be respected. I will acknowledge the victor. I did so in 2018. I will do so in 2022. But in 2022, I tend to be the victor myself.
And if she is, Abrams would make history as the nation's first black female governor.
Governors make decisions that change our lives every single day. And as a black woman who has the chance to have that job, my responsibility is to be as aggressive as I can about the outcome, but to be as humbled as I can be about what it means to be the one who's a standard bearer.
All right, look who we got in studio with us. Yes, as Robin Roberts made sure I said correctly, Emmy-winning Rachel Scott in the building here.
Very
Look at that.
Very and the photo.
Oh, yes.
Geez.
We do it up around here.
Very grateful.
No, but good to have you in studio as always. Look, a lot has been made about how much she seems to be struggling more than some would expect her to with the black vote, in particular black men. Why and what is she doing about it? What can she do about it?
And she's been very blunt about this in the final stretch. She says now explicitly, if black men vote for me in this election, I will win. I mean, obviously, there's a lot to unpack here with people feeling like their voices aren't heard, making sure that people feel like they can actually go to the polls, that they can vote, that they're going to be heard and understood by the politicians that are representing them. She is making a very hard pivot, being very clear that she wants black men to vote for her, but then she also runs the risk, right, of alienating these voters that may say, all right, well, if you don't win, are you just going to blame us if in the end you don't pull out this victory?
All right. So once again, a lot of eyes going to be on Georgia. Of course, the Senate race going on there as well. But everybody, this is the Emmy-winning Rachel
Oh,
Scott.
gosh.
What a pleasure. Yes, 2 times. Yeah, 2 rounds of applause. That's right. Clearly, you all know we love us some Rachel Scott around here. You have been just a joy to watch throughout your reporting, but you've been a great friend as well. Just great energy. Always good to have you.
And it's always an honor to sit next to you, TJ. So thank you for having me.
All right, folks, you get more on the elections in Georgia. Be sure to catch this week's episode of Power Trip, the new series with George Stephanopoulos. It features 7 young embed reporters following the midterm elections. You can catch it available on Hulu. Used to be an embed, didn't you?
I did.
Look at you.
Not too long ago.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.